You're negotiating salary totally wrong. And today we're gonna talk about what a total compensation package is. Welcome to Hustle and Grind Finance. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Guy, your host. Let me tell you about a mistake that cost me thousands of dollars. And I didn't even realize it at the time. I accepted a job which was a higher salary than I currently had. And I ended up taking home less money in the end. Not because I was irresponsible. I was actually crunching a bunch of numbers. Not because I didn't work hard, but because I only negotiated my salary. Believe it or not, I completely ignored my total compensation package. And that might be the first time you've ever heard that phrase, total compensation package. At one job, I was 15% underwater in my income because it went towards paying half of my health insurance premium. That was a benefit. The job gave me a benefit, but took half of the premium out of my paycheck. At another job, the company paid me 100% of my healthcare costs. Same role, similar salary, wildly different financial outcomes. So if you're job hunting in this market and a lot of people have been laid off, or if you ever plan to negotiate an offer, this is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and like this video. You're not going to want to miss what this channel is going to become. What is total compensation package? What does it actually mean? Most people think compensation equals salary. It does, but that's not the whole picture. Salary is just the part you see. Total compensation is everything your job gives you in terms of benefits. It includes salary, health insurance costs, retirement contribution, whether it's matching 5% or 2%, paid time off or PTO, vacation, bonuses, equity. Some of you are given shares. How about taxes, commute costs? Here's the key idea. Your employer can pay you without paying you and make you pay without noticing. Once you understand that, you stop chasing the biggest number and start chasing the best deal. Health insurance is one of the biggest expenses of anything. Other than your house payment and rent payment, health insurance, both for the employee and the employer, is a massive expense. Here's where most people get blindsided. When I negotiated my salary early in my career, I thought health insurance is health insurance, but that's completely wrong. At one job, my employer covered only half the premium. The premium is the pay to play. It's admission. The premium is just how to get into a plan. And everybody or company has to pay a premium. Every single paycheck, money disappeared before I even touched it, and I didn't know it. By the end of the year, healthcare alone costs me about 15% of my take-home income. And that's before deductibles, co-pays, out-of-pocket maximums. If you don't know those terms, you're going to want to eventually know them if you want full control of negotiating your next job offer. Here's the truth. A job with lower salary but better healthcare can leave you richer. If you don't ask about these during negotiations, you're not negotiating, or you're negotiating blind. In fact, salaries are taxed much more heavily than other forms of benefits. Retirement matching is free money people ignore. So, next time you're in an interview or you're ending the negotiation piece of your job, your retirement matching is something you should not ignore. This is literally free money and people still don't know. If a company matches, say, 5% of your salary into a 401k, that's 5% of raise you didn't have to negotiate. If they match nothing, they're paying you less than they advertise. Don't forget vesting schedules. Some companies give you the match immediately. Others make you stay years to earn it. Maybe 5 years, 7 years. So you can have a column A, column B, and choose your job with the best information you can have available to you. Ask this question: how much is the match? When does it vest? If it's not clear, it's not generous. It should be clear. They should have an answer to that. How about paid time off? This is actually real money. Paid time off isn't vibes, it's cash. 2 weeks versus 4 weeks of paid time off, or PTO, is not a lifestyle perk, it's income. It's real income because your time is valuable. Paid holidays count. Do they have 7 paid holidays, 3 paid holidays, or 15 paid holidays? How about sick time? Did you negotiate that? How about unlimited PTO? It's not always unlimited. I will say this about unlimited PTO. I know people in really large companies. We're talking 30, 50,000 employees. And what they have recently told me is, behind the scenes, off the record, is unlimited PTO is really just a way to pit you against your coworkers, because if you take a month or 2 off and your coworker doesn't, the boss actually considers you for layoffs quicker. So there's this told, untold pressure to not take vacation when you're working a W-2 job that promises you unlimited PTO. Think about it. No company can actually deliver on that promise. It doesn't make any sense for their bottom line. It does make sense that they make their employee choose, and they usually choose less PTO than more. That's why the company wins. Here's the reframe. Time off is income you don't have to earn again. Burnout is very expensive. Recovery is super valuable, so don't skip that when you're negotiating your next job. Let's talk about bonuses, equity, and incentives. Bonuses sound great until you realize they are performance-based. The company can stack the metrics in the house's favor. Are they team-based? Are they entirely discretionary? If it's not guaranteed, don't treat it like a salary. Equity is even trickier. RSUs, stock options, vesting cliffs. Google these terms. It all sounds fancy, but equity that never vests or never appreciates is worth exactly 0. Ask this question instead: what percentage is guaranteed? If the company gives you their promise, they will keep it. At least they should. What's the vesting schedule? Ask what happens if I leave. Optimism is not a strategy. When you're negotiating for your next job, how about work setup costs? These are hidden expenses people don't often think about. Let's talk about the cost of simply showing up. Commuting costs like time, gas, parking, wear and tear, and your energy. Is it remote or is it flexible? Is it partial remote or is it fully in office in person? Remote work isn't just convenience, it's compensation. If a job takes more from your life, it better pay for it. Time is the one thing you can't earn back. Don't forget about your family, your friends, your social life. How do you negotiate the entire compensation package? Here's the right way to do it. First, ask the full compensation breakdown early on. Don't wait until your 10th interview. Number 2, if salary is capped, negotiate on benefits. Companies often have more flexibility with healthcare contributions, PTO, signing bonuses, and remote days. Third, get everything in writing, of course. Maybe it could be an email, that's perfectly fine. If it's not documented, it doesn't exist. Here's my final thought. The paycheck is only part of your pay. If this video helped you save money, earn money, and feel more successful, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel for fantastic finance content that actually helps your life. And don't forget, comment down below, COMP if you're negotiating smarter from now on. in your next job. Thank you so much for watching Hustle and Grind Finance. This is Guy, your host, and we'll see you in the next video.